Do you like romance stories? I do. One of my favorite romance stories is about Mr. Darcy and Elizabeth Bennet. It's called Pride and Prejudice. It was written by Jane Austen, one of our favorite writers. Well, today we're going to read a version of Pride and Prejudice that was abridged and adapted by Brooke Jordan. It's called Lit for the Lands, Pride and Prejudice. Let's read it. And just so you know, it's pretty fun because all the pieces move. Near the town of Meryton lived Lizzy Bennet and her 4 sisters. Jane, Lizzy, Mary, Kitty, Lydia, Mrs. Bennet, and Mr. Bennet. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. She is tolerable, but not handsome enough to tempt me. At the ball, Mr. Darcy flatly refused to dance with Lizzy, even though she had no partner. I could easily forgive his pride if he had not mortified mine. Not long after the ball, Mr. Collins, heir to the Bennet estate, came for a visit. The silly man proposed to Lizzy. He could offer her a comfortable life, but Lizzy refused. And now nothing remains for me but to assure you in the most animated language of the violence of my affection. I wish you very happy and very rich, and by refusing your hand, do all in my power to prevent your being otherwise. You could not make me happy, and I am convinced that I am the last woman in the world who could make you so. When Lizzy's sister got caught in the rain, she arrived for dinner with the Bingleys, drenched to the bone and very ill. Lizzy came at once to tend to her, and poor Jane recovered quickly. Mr. Darcy quietly admired Lizzy's kindness and wit, and her fine eyes. One Sunday afternoon, Mr. Darcy came calling. He wanted to marry Lizzy, but she thought he was far too proud and unkind. In vain, I have struggled. It will not do. You must allow me to tell you how ardently I admire and love you. You could not have made the offer of your hand in any possible way that would have tempted me to accept it. In the spring, Lizzy received a letter with terrible news. Her sister Lydia had run away from home and no one could find her. Dearest Lizzy, something has occurred of a most unexpected and serious nature, but I'm afraid of alarming you. Be assured that we are well. What I have to say relates to poor Lydia, who searched high and low, day and night, until he found her Mr. Darcy. Before long, Lydia was home safe and sound. I can no longer help thanking you for your unexampled kindness to my poor sister. I believe I thought only of you. It is settled between us that we are to be the happiest couple in the world. Lizzy had been so blinded by her impressions of Mr. Darcy that she did not see the kindness in his heart. And so Lizzy and Mr. Darcy were married, no pride or prejudice keeping them apart. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, abridged by Brooke Jordan, published by Familius.